Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. This Bathrobe business. I'm Georgi Oganov. I already chugged my coffee, but I still have news. So I'm going to talk about a couple of quick subjects. I'm going to talk about bank profits. I'm going to talk about retail sales, and that's pretty much it. But before we get into that, I want to show you guys something very important. So I want to show you guys a few commodity prices. So gold is now reaching an all-time high. It was actually 2440 a minute ago. I did miss one thing in May. It did hit 2449. And so it is near that once again. I think it's going to exceed that in just about probably a week or so, seeing as how we are all but certain that rates are going to rates are going to be cut. So a gain of 0.7%. Gold touched 2440, which hovers around the slightly record price of 2449 that it hit on May 20th. So I must have missed that date or forgotten it, that it did hit 2449, but gold is marching on the way up because yesterday Jerome Powell made comments that they're not going to wait for inflation rates to fall to 2%. So if that happens, that means that they're going to cut interest rates and inflation is going to go through the roof. Despite what they may tell you with CPI, PCE, and any other bogus number they come up with, this is what you really have to look at, and that's commodity prices, housing prices, because there's no way housing prices are not going to go up. There's this ridiculous theory that, the reason the housing market isn't moving is because people are clinging to 3% interest rates. It doesn't really matter. If it gets too expensive to own a house, people start cutting prices and they start moving. That's how you reduce the cost of living. That is not what is happening. People are just sitting there, but sooner or later they have to move. So cutting prices means that the buyer now has to pay less cost in regards to financing the loan. And that means the seller can raise prices in accordance, and that's just going to drive prices up. So the second interest rates start cutting, the housing market is going to have major growth, and it's going to increase home costs across the United States. I've shared data with you guys over the last couple of weeks about how housing is still incredibly expensive, how home prices are still marching up. For multiple reasons, because of the financialization of the market, because of the fact that we are in a housing deficit. Boomers are not leaving their homes as frequently as previous generations. I mean, there's multiple causes for this. Housing is going to go through the roof. So if you own a home, congratulations, your house is going to be worth more in the next few months. If you own gold, it's going to go up. Crypto, it's very similar. Let me share with you guys the crypto numbers. Bitcoin is up again. So Bitcoin is up to 63,848. Its march is continuing. And remember, this isn't pricing in the cut because we don't actually know the amount of the cut yet or when exactly it's going to happen. All the cut talk has been through speculation, not through actual signaling from the Fed. They just keep signaling that they're going to cut. This is usually how it goes so that they don't overwhelm the market. They prepare us for that. But we don't yet know how much the cut is going to be. So this isn't pricing in the cut. The second that we are told what the cut is, or I should say the second it actually happens, that's when these numbers are really going to go sky high. And it may be one of those things where it doesn't hit on the first day, but within a month, we'll see these commodity prices go up. This is going to go up. Crypto is going to go up. Oil is going to go up. Everything is going to go up. So just prepare yourselves for that. Inflation is going to come roaring back, even if not in CPI and PCE, because a lot of that is based off of supply chain. It's going to happen in every other sector that it matters. Anything that is owned or is tangible is going to go through the roof. Okay. Let's jump into the news stories. I'll keep it short and sweet. Not too much to report to. Bank of America reported record profits. So Bank of America reported revenue of $25.54 billion versus $25.22 billion. This is also, I forgot to report yesterday that Goldman Sachs had record-breaking profits yesterday as well. I shouldn't say record-breaking, but above expectations. I'm sorry. Goldman Sachs came in above expectations yesterday. Similar thing happened with Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley beat with $15.02 billion versus $14.3 billion. And once again, everything is doing very well. There's no reason to be cutting into this market, but they're going to anyway. Finally, let's talk about retail sales. So retail sales came in better than expected in June. This isn't surprising because if you'll remember, it was about a month ago that I shared with you guys the transportation data. The trucking was showing that they're moving plenty of cargo. The ports are incredibly active, that imports are very high. Freight is doing very well. And so I was saying that it was probably going to be about a month or so, until a month to 3 months. So the beginning of the summer to the end of the summer, that we're going to see those numbers reflected in the actual news stories. And sure enough, here it is. All the data that we saw originally is showing the same thing, that retail is doing very well. So economists were expecting a 0.3% decline. They actually saw a 0.3% gain. This is excluding autos, oil, and gas. It's just consumer products. So there's not too much else to that story. You can read through it if you want, but retail sales are strong. Bank profits are strong. The economy is struggling along just fine. We just have too high prices, and the best way to counter that is to cut interest rates, but they're not going to do that. They're instead going to raise. The best way to prevent that is to raise interest rates and not cut into this market. But they're going to cut, and we're going to pay the price for it. That's pretty much it. Those are the news stories of the day. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I hope you have a productive Tuesday.